Hello and welcome to another Bushwhacker review. Today we are going to be taking a look at Curtis Turner's Schwams Wild Hog from 1956. So let's take a look at the box. Once again, you have this Napa box. This is part of the Napa 50th Anniversary Collection. Just about a month ago, we took a look at the Cal Yarborough from this set. So you got NASCAR 50th Anniversary Collector's Edition, 50th Anniversary. Curtis Turner won the Southern 500 at Darlington in 1957, vowed to never race again unless a $50 fine for rough riding was lifted. Big Napa logo, 1950s, NASCAR 50th Anniversary. Funny, this is number 1 of 6. Wouldn't the 1940s one be 1 of 6? Or did they all just say 1 of 6? I'll have to look at the Cal Yarborough box again. Napa, NASCAR 50th Anniversary Collector's Edition. Same stuff on the back of the box. And you, of course, have your copyright and such on the bottom of the box. Here is the car itself. A very uniquely colored diecast. Bright pink and white, which I think might be inaccurate. Any photo I can find of this car, the color is more of a purple. Like, it's like a light purple, kind of lilac-y color. It's even a little bit metallic. So as far as I can tell, this isn't accurate, but this is one of those, back in that day, there are cars that just exist that have no photos of them anymore. So it very well could have been pink for one race. I don't know. Because this is back in the 90s when Action, I'm sure somebody at Action was just like looking at some random, like holding a photo in their hands of a car that could have been discolored and just thought it was pink and run with that. You never know. This is one of only like 2 Curtis Turner diecasts that exist, because they made this one and then University of Racing made that number 41 Wood Brothers car. One of the University of Racing cars I've always kind of been interested in, but just never gotten around to picking up. But this is definitely one of the most unique diecast Action's ever produced. I initially thought this was just going to be that same mold that they used for like the pink Dale Earnhardt car, but it actually is its own unique mold. I don't think they've used this anywhere else beyond this diecast. There's this one, there's the gold chrome version of this diecast, and I don't think, like, unless I'm forgetting something, I don't think that they've ever made or used this anywhere else. It's heavy, too. It's actually got a metal base. A lot of these Napa cars were always just plastic-based cars, so it's interesting to see this one with a metal base. But it's got pretty nice detail. You see it even has hood ornaments. It's got the chrome grille and bumper and all that. You see you even have a C and a T in the headlights for Curtis Turner. It's a nice touch. Anyways, let's get down to sponsors. On the hood, you used to have 260 horsepower and Schwams Wild Hog. Got perfect circle piston rings right there. Number 99 driver Curtis Turner on the roof. Got that classic circle number. I always love those. Made me really happy when Joey Logano ran one of those in, 2021? When he ran the Mario Andretti throwback. I loved seeing the 22 in the circle number like that. Got Champion spark plugs and Pure Lube motor oil back there. Got Schwam Motor Company. What we say it is, it is. Random slogan. Charlotte, North Carolina. Back, you see you got the taillights painted in. You got a nice little like tail or like trunk ornament. And you see the back bumper is also chrome. You got the same stuff down the other side as usual. Take a look under the hood. Just want to stay open. And you can see the engine detail in there if you want to see that. The deck lid does open too. You got your typical fuel cell and such back there. Just to note, this probably is a like diecast from something else. Like, I assume this was maybe either a mold that somebody else made for a street car, because you see it has front and rear seats. I mean, a lot of early cars in NASCAR were just like the same cars from the street, so they might have had normal seats, but I'd feel like they would have removed the rear seats. I don't know. Maybe this is accurate and I'm just crazy, but because back then there were races back in the early days where they would just literally use the regular like street car seats and just kind of sit there and bounce around in it. But it's worth pointing out. There's the underside of the car if you want to see that. Does have an Action stamp still. Doesn't have any other stamp because like I know like one of their molds they straight up just took from Ertl. That like late model, like 40s late model modified type deal. That mold is straight up just from Ertl. It is not their own mold. But this is definitely a very unique diecast. So this one will stand out in any collection if you get the hold of this one. It's kind of funny they've never used this again because like I said, they did bring back the red Byron Red Byron had a red 22 in this Napa line, and then back in like 2013 or 2014 or whatever it was, they brought that mold back out and made a black Red Byron 22 car. I do have both of those. So it definitely is interesting that they've just never like used this mold again, or I assume this mold is just lost somewhere. I don't know. There's a lot of weird things like that. Like even like in the same Napa line, you have that Ned Jarrett like Galaxy, and I'm pretty sure Action never made another Galaxy beyond that one too in 1/24 scale. So this whole line is just definitely a very interesting piece of NASCAR diecast history. It is just a super unique line. If you want this card, it's not hard to get at all. Usually goes for about $20 to $30, so you should be able to pick it up relatively easily. The whole line pretty much is easy to find. The hardest one to get has always been the Alan Quickie one, just because that's one of the only ways to get a 1/24 scale of Alan Quickie's Hooters diecast. It's actually a decent diecast. I mean, there's always the 1993 NASCAR Historical Series one. That's a far better diecast than that one, but this is the only way to get his 1992 one, technically, is the Napa version, so whatever. Remember, for all other diecast needs, you can go to circlebdiecast.com, and if you use the code BWAC, you can get $5 off shipping on any order over $30. So go check that out if you want anything. But in the entry, all there is to say, this has been a review of Curtis Turner's Schwams Wild Hog from 1956. Hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.